Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at how Gamma 2 performs in the Cell Max event. Now, full disclaimer, as you guys pretty much well know, I always put this disclaimer at the beginning of my Cell Max videos. Cell Max is a unit that is best taken on with Evasion or incredibly high levels of damage reduction and guard, or even both. So the real thing is, at the end of the day, it's a very difficult event to tackle. So saying that this is the best way to take them on is always subjective, because there's a lot of RNG that's involved in these sort of things. Will Gamma 2 do 4 super attacks? Will he do 3 super attacks? Will he get crits on every single super attack? It's going to determine very much how good he looks. It's the same with any unit, really. Are they going to be supered before they fire their defense raising super attack? Are they going to be supered afterwards? So there is quite a lot involved, and personally speaking, it does always change how these reviews go. So I try my best to get a decent view of the unit, but it is obviously just very difficult at the end of the day. But yes, to cut a long story short, Gamma 2 does pretty well. Obviously, ideally you'd have him linked up with Gamma 1, but for the most part he will still do pretty well on his own. He's not going to dominate the event on his own per se, just because you're lacking the additional 200% leader skill. There's a couple other things involved, but he'll still do a very good job. He is an incredible damage dealer. Even though he's AGL, the fact that he can have such high crit does really build him up to be a very good unit. And let's talk very quickly about his passive. So obviously, he starts out with the additional defense. He's got defense of 50%. He's got the additional 2 attacks that have a medium chance of becoming super attacks in the first 4 turns. He's then got that 150% attack and defense. He's got a 100% extra attack when he fires a super attack, and after 5 attacks have been fired off from him, he'll be fully built up in terms of his passive. He gains 20% per attack that he does, and he also raises attack and defense on his super. Not only that, but he can build up his crit chance to 50% with every single attack performed. So once he's fired off 5 attacks, he's basically got a 50% flip of a coin as to whether he crits or not, which is pretty good. Because of that, I suggest building him into full additional, and he also has the great chance, after firing his 4th attack in a turn, to fire his 5th attack, to fire another attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack. So basically, if you build this guy full additionals, by the time you get to Tech Cell Max, you should generally have a decent shot, a very decent shot, at performing 3 super attacks, which is obviously very good. 3 super attacks is great for Gamma 2. It builds up his defense fantastically. It really gives him quite a good basis to run off of, and yeah, just in general he starts to look pretty solid overall. So Gamma 2, like I said, can look incredible. He can look really good. There's times where he'll shred through, and I had it while I was filming the footage for this video. I had to run this event quite a few times, because the thing is, there were times where he would shred through the strength phase, obviously because he's got type advantage. He would shred through the strength phase, destroy it, then immediately go into the physical phase. He builds up a little bit on his crit chance, destroy that one, and then I'd get to the Cell Max, and I'd have to use my delay option with 17-18 just to get AGL back on turn. So he's very destructive. Here's a good situation for him. So in this situation we have Android 16 tanking. Android 16 is one of the few units in the game who can tank Cell Max, super attacks, his normal attacks, just anything about him. This is a 55% Gamma 2, I believe, and I do believe he also is fully built up. He does get 1 super attack, he gets a follow-up super attack I believe he is fully built up as of this follow-up super attack, which is obviously pretty good. He doesn't get the third super attack, which was a help, but you can see he's taking a lot of damage. That just tends to happen. 55%, not really enough to go on without the additional super. Taking a lot of damage. He's got time disadvantage. It is what it is. This turn was with a 79% Gamma 2, and very, very, very different outcome. So obviously dupes do matter. I mean, anyone who says dupes don't matter is a fool. But this is 79% Gamma 2, and you will immediately see that he tanks so much better. Now, link leveling does help Gamma 2, gives him a lot more defense, especially on an Android's team, especially if linked up with Gamma 1. He can gain up to an additional 20% defense from his links, so very, very good stuff. You can see here straight away, just the overall performance is much, much better. Huge, huge attacks, some nice, big, chunky damage. He gets 3 supers, which is obviously mega ideal. And all of a sudden, he's going to tank so much better. That is just how it is. The supers do help out a lot. 128k only. Really not that bad. Considering he's an AGL unit, he's not under a double 200% lead, and he's taking the hardest tech unit in the game. To only take 120% is, or 120%, 128k is pretty good. But that's it from me. See you next time. Bye.